Hello. All right, the purpose of this video is to show how we would take a non-intelligent P&ID and upconvert it so that it would have intelligence and be a fully intelligent CADWorks intelligent P&ID system so that we can use it in Edge 360. So I've got Kelly with me here, and Kelly, can you show us how to do that?
Sure. So right here we have a AutoCAD drawing, and I've already set up a config file that is pointed to the right database. So we're just going to open this AutoCAD drawing. We're going to insert this drawing into the database. And at this point, this is just strictly drawn with AutoCAD.
So everything there is just AutoCAD lines and blocks, nothing fancy.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to first show you, for example, you could come in here and see that this is just a line, no intelligence set to it. So we would use the menu for P&ID, accessory, add X data, and we're going to tell it that it is a line. We're going to select this component, and now you can see down here it says one row added to the database. So what we just did is we added this segment of this line and add it to the database, and here you could enter your line information into there.
Okay, but I would assume that we would probably want these other segments to all be part of the same line. How do we do that?
You can actually, I know I did one segment there to show you, but you can actually do multiple segments at one time. We could actually do the whole entire P&ID at one time. I would show you, P&ID, it's the same process. You would just add X data, line, and you could even use a window select. And we're going to make all these components an intelligent line. You can see it's currently adding those rows to the database. If you
So
look,
every one is a separate line in the
right.
database?
So right now it's at 8 rows added to the database, but actually this would be one run. This would weigh one line, number one ISO.
Okay.
So to make that one line in your database, you come back and you do your combine line. You select those segments as well. I'm going to do window select here. And what this is essentially doing is taking these 8 as well as that one row and deleting 8 out of the database and making one row for one line. And you'll see your command line is going to tell you exactly what it's doing. It removed 8 rows from the line table. So now I'm going to open our tool, the P&ID Edge. Okay, so here's our process line tab in our P&ID Edge. You can see right now at this moment we have 9 rows. Of course, by me doing that tool, and once we get out of the drawing, get back in and refresh, it will eventually, once I audit and sync, delete 8 rows. Just want to show you that at that point you had that, but now I've gone and made this one line. So essentially now you can see this is one line number. I'm just going to add a count to it so we can see it.
So yeah, I can see there when you clicked it, all of it is highlighted. So all of those segments are all highlighting together. So they're treated as one object now. Okay.
Yes.
Great. How do we do a valve? Maybe we can do that control valve there.
Sure. I'm going to, because this is an AutoCAD drawing, I want to click and see if there's any attributes. And because this was AutoCAD, it does have attributes. You can see you have a tag and a supplied by. I'm checking for that so I can hopefully see if it has attributes. So when I add X data, if it has current fields that I know would match our fields in our tables, I would map those fields to our table.
Okay.
But just to make it simple, let me just show you how you would add this valve into the database. You do P&ID, accessory, add X data, V for valve, VA for valve, select the valve, and supplied by is one of their current attributes, and I'm going to go through our table and map it to, this is our database TBL that's in our current job folder, so we know supply by equals their supplied by.
So essentially that's columns in our database that we can push that data into.
Correct. So if they had data it would push over, we wouldn't have to actually manually enter it.
Great.
So I will map that, and that goes project wide.
Oh, so next time we do one of these we don't have to do that again?
Nope.
Okay, great.
All right, so let's see. We now have a intelligent valve. And I'm going to add a tag to it, so when I go into Edge, you'll be able to see it. Okay. Now, there's your valve. Back into Edge, so I can show you that valve now exists. There's that valve in your valve table. So it's now in your database.
Okay, great. So essentially, that's how we would do that with equipment, lines, valves, instruments, all of that, huh?
Yes, it's pretty much the same process for each type of component. Is you would actually add X data into this certain component type into your database. And
Okay.
once you do one certain block type, it goes project wide. So if I had 20 control valves on here under that same name for that AutoCAD block, it would essentially, that map would go across the board. I could select all 20 of them. It would add 20 control valves to your database.
Okay, great. So you don't necessarily have to retrace the entire drawing to upconvert that. At times that may be easiest, but in general you can upconvert and use the existing graphics and just add intelligence on top. Okay, well thank you very much, and thank you all for watching. Please be sure and subscribe so as we issue more updates that you'll get notification. Thank you.